guys. Welcome to Monday. Today is, I'll just keep going. Dave's going to adjust things, but welcome to the Stamper Studio. My name is Lisa Schmid, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm excited to have you here today. Dave just got a new arm for our camera, which is why it's a little bit in the way. No worries. So today I started teaching summer school. Just doing 2 weeks, this week and next week. And let me tell you, I came home and it's like the first day of school, I took a nap. It's just tiring when you're not used to being with and on with kids all day. And then anyway, my class is on Japan. And so teaching them about Japanese culture and language, and very, very fun. And it's amazing how quickly they learn. It's very fun. So all that said, today I am going to make a Christmas card, but it's a fun fold also. So you'll be able to use that fun fold in other cards. All right, let's go ahead and get started and I'll show you what we're doing. I am going to use this, if you haven't seen it yet, this is let me push all this out of the way here. This is the Christmas Greenery, Graceful Greenery Vellum. It's amazing. So let me just show you this. The Graceful Greenery Vellum. Look at that. So it's so pretty with this bit that's snowy and this bit that has no snow. But the fun thing about that is it coordinates with the die. So here's the die that coordinates with it. And the die coordinates with both of them. So I just made a whole bunch of this card I'm going to show you. And so I actually kept them double like this, kind of cut down so I could fit it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And then I could die cut out the whole thing. So there's one right there. Hi, Tina. And there's one right here. So super easy. Whoa. Let me pull it up so you can see it. But super easy to just die cut out these pines. And so I die cut out the entire sheet. It's very fun. So that's one thing that comes in this vellum. The other vellum is, these are online exclusives. This one is fun. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of snowy or kind of, I don't know what you call it. I really like it though. And then there's this one, which I did not try, but I'm guessing, let's see here, if it goes with the other die. Here's our other dies. And I'm like, after what I just did, I'm certain, yep, that this goes with that. And then there's a die for the other greenery. How fun is that? I mean, that's awesome, right? I think that's pretty awesome. Hi, Diane. I have to like dip down to see people's names based on where the camera is. But all right, so today's card, it's a fun fold. And I will post this in the comments, because I want you to be able, a picture of this. I want you to be able to, if you want to make it, you certainly can. So the first thing I did is I take an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of paper, cardstock. And then using my paper cutter here, I cut it at, so what you do is you line this up like this at 1 inch. It's 1 inch in, and then, oops, let me just think for a second. 1 inch in, that's right. And then you cut at, you figure out where on your cutter is 1 inch and 5.25 inches. So figure out where that is, and that's where you're going to make, actually, here's what I did. Let me back up for a second. I scored right here on my scoring plate at, flip it over. This is what a nap does, I'm so sorry. I scored it. Let me get it to 0. Okay, here's what I did. You score it at 1 inch, 2 inches, and 5.25 inches. That's what I did. Okay, let's start again. So you score your paper at cardstock at 1 inch, at 2 inches, and at 5.25 inches. Then you cut it in between that 1 inch fold and the 5.25 inch. You actually cut that, just that piece right there. Once that is cut, then you score at 4.25 right here, just in there. So that's where it's going to fold. And the camera's funky tonight, so sorry about that, but we'll get that, we being Dave, we'll get that fixed. Okay, so Did you catch all that? So I'm going to actually write on here. So the thing you want to do first is you want to score. That's number 1. I'm going to write step 1 is to score. Step 2 is to cut. And then step 3 is to score. Okay, that's interesting. So when you score that middle one, it doesn't line up here. So yeah, there's no score. Okay, I don't know. When you score at 4 1/4, that's 4 1/4. Where are my score marks? 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Oh, this is not a score line. That's what's happening. I'm like, something is wrong here because this is number 3 is you just score here, just between here and here. That's what the problem was. Okay, so you're scoring 1 inch, 2 inch, 5 1/4, and then you're cutting. Step 2, you cut between those two. Step 3 is you score at 4 1/4 right here. So this is at 4 1/4. Okay, hopefully that makes sense because it's once you get going, it's not hard. The first one was like, well, what am I doing? But it's not hard. So then here's how you put it together. I'm going to fold. I have the little fold here, nothing back here. So I'm going to fold that. I know this goes down. This is the inside of the card. This is the inside. So I'm going to fold that like that. And as I'm folding down, this one folds up and this one folds down on that score line, just like this. So folding down, folding up, lots of folds. The other thing I was thinking about is you probably could skip a score line by just do it as you fold it. That's the other thing I was thinking. Okay, bone folder, where are you? I do not know. Here we go. All right. No idea. Okay, so then you use your bone folder and give it a good, strong crease. And you end up with this. You see that? So you end up with this cool little card that will stand up. And I know there's another way to make this where you put a piece behind here and go over, but I was like, oh, that's kind of cool with one sheet. I like that. Okay, so the other thing I'm going to use is I'm going to take from Season of Green and Gold. I'm going to use, I was looking for a paper. I'm going to use this one just to show you. This is really a fun one. And I am going to use, almost there. I promise. No, not really. I'll just show you the paper because this isn't mixed because I was using it and I used up the piece I'm going to use. So I will just show you that piece. This piece right here is a little check. And it has, on the back side, it has the gold bells and the leaves, but I thought, oh, I really like this. So this is just 1 inch by 5 1/4. So that's going to go right there. And then I have 2 little pieces that are going to go. It's just a little bit less than 1 inch. And these are going to sit here. So the main thing I wanted is I wanted this line to line up here. So let's go ahead and start sticking that together. All right, here we go. Psych. No, here we go. Oh boy, getting back to teaching, it was, whew, it's a lot, but it was good. All right. And then after I made these, I sort of wished I had gone with Old Olive or Mellow Moss, not Mellow Moss, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive or Mossy Meadow, because those are the 2 main colors in this, but I did not. I went with Garden Green and they were all scored and cut like I just showed you. And I was like, yeah, we're just sticking with that. So when I'm sticking this in, I don't really care how far it is on the bottom. I want it a little bit from the top, so it mimics that. And I want it to line up with that edge, this edge right here. You see that? That's really what I want to happen. It doesn't matter how far down it goes, but I want this kind of to be the same. And I found it was easiest when I turn it over and kind of stick it in there, because then I can see that line right there. Okay, so there is that. Isn't that pretty? I feel like you're so far away from me here. So far away. Isn't that pretty? And then it was a big decision as far as what shape to use on the inside. And I did not bring them over, I don't believe, but these right here, the Greetings of the Seasons come with a whole nother set of dies, and they're different shapes. And one of the shapes, this has this mimics this on the other end. Actually, that's one where I made a mistake because I don't want the part with the hole. I want the piece. I want this piece right here without the hole. So it looks like it's about like that big. And so then I just die cut it down a bit. I didn't die cut it all the way. I just put the die. So the die is here and I just ran it through because this is going to end up sitting here. And you'll see, I don't want the hole. So I need to recut those because these are for downline on Thursday are coming over to make these. And this is like 3 by 3 1/4. I'm going to just double check. I'm pretty sure it's not square is what I noticed. It would be nice if it was, but it wasn't. Okay, so this is 3 1/4 1/16, which is what, I can't think that right now. 3 9/16, perhaps. By, I think of it as 3 1/4 1/16. That's how I measure that. And this side is 3 1/4. 3 1/4. Yep. So one side is just a little bit bigger. And if I didn't make it bigger, it just looked too narrow there. So let's go ahead and stick this one on. Hi, Mary BQ. I love that last name. And Mary Jo. Hi, friends. Mary Jo, you'll get to make this on Thursday. Okay. I thought that was a good sort of showed some bling there. And yet it didn't show some bling, but it doesn't detract too much from this. All right. So then I have all these different sayings I can use. At first, I tried to do Merry Christmas, but on this particular one, Christmas was too big. I tried to do, excuse me, something this way, but then with the rest of what I'm doing, that did not work. So I came up with using Wishing You with the fancy Mary, scripty Mary, and then Christmas. And because I did use Garden Green, I'm going to go with Garden Green. So Wishing You a Merry Christmas. Let me grab my mat right here. Wishing you a Merry Christmas. And we're just going. I was watching one of the videos. My head was way in it because I was trying to get that. I'm like, oh, stick my head. I'm like, oh, there we go. Nice. All right. Wishing you a Merry Christmas. I did like that I could put all of these on the block at the same time. And you know, one thing I did, because I was trying to get them straight, is I actually used this. And I set I'm going to take a different one because we're going to use this one again. So I don't want to take it off. But let's say I wanted this Mary. I set it on a line right here. So it was straight. And then whatever word I was going to put underneath it, I'm just going to grab one. Move that up so we've got some space there. So I just set it so I could see it was on one of the lines. Try not to move it. And then I put the other one on one of the lines like that. And actually, if you take your pick, you can really get just a little touch there and make it straight. It is flat side up. So if you get those straight on the lines, then you can take your block and put it there and you'll get whatever you wanted straight. I thought that was kind of ingenious, actually, because I couldn't get them straight and they were just a little bit off. And so that's what I did. Okay, here we go. Wishing you a Merry Christmas. We're going to pop this up with some dimensionals. Oh, look who decided to show up at the party. A little bit late, Mr. Bonefolder. All good. All right, so we're going to pop these off here. That's just my ruler. Not a big deal. Did they come off? Except for that one. Okay. And go ahead and put this here. I lined it up with the Designer Series paper on the top. Then I'm going to go ahead and use some of those. I told you I die cut out the greens. And so I'm using the greens that I die cut out. Look at how fun they are. I just think they're really, really fun. I can't tell you how much this bugs me that you can see everything on the whole like table. Anyway, so the greens are really fun. And then with another die, I went ahead with this die right here, a little bit smaller one. I went ahead and cut out one gold. So one little gold leaf. There it is. One little gold leaf. And we'll go ahead and get rid of these little pieces here that are not quite. I did die cut 2 at a time of the gold, which is probably why those didn't come out this time right away. All right, I'm going to put some adhesive down here, stick it right on there, and this one is going to go, oops, no, this one is going to go on out here because I didn't like the white in there overlapping I'm using very vanilla. This one is going to go here, so it fits right in between that Merry and that Christmas. And I can pull this one out or in, however I want it to be. And then we've got the gold, and I'm just going to put adhesive on the bottom of the gold, like that. And the gold is going to sit right here, like that. Just made it pop up. This card took a long time to figure out, but once I got it, I was like, oh, I really like it. All right, the next thing I am going to do is, I did pull out that die to show you this die right here. So I die cut this in cherry cobbler, and then I went ahead and just cut pieces of it. Cut pieces off because I don't want this whole thing. That obviously is too much. But look at this little piece right here. This little piece, I think it's right here. Nope, upside down. Anyway, oh, here it is right here. Nope. Anyway, one of these, there it is, perhaps. So I just cut these little pieces apart, so I ended up with 3s, and that's really what I wanted. And I'm just going to stick some adhesive there and pop in my little set of 3 berries just to have some, a little bit of red. All right, the last thing, I'm going to use this beautiful satin. How are we doing, friends? Dave's doing something else, so I don't even know where we are. I have to drive myself today, which is why he's quiet. Oh, there it is. Look at it. I barely ever use. There we go. Oh, no. Well, hopefully that didn't change anything for you. Let me know. Let me know in the chat if it changed something for you. I hope not. I think not, but I'm going to take my little satin ribbon. Did it change anything? Oh, Lisa. All right, tie my ribbon, and I'm just going to trim that like this. It's funny, I had my friend who's an artist make my bows, and she was just freaking out. She's like, I can't cut a bow. Well, these scissors aren't good, so without good scissors, I couldn't either, but I did give her some good scissors, and she was still, is that good? How do you do this? It's too hard. I'm like, oh my goodness, Miss Artist, who's amazing at painting, you can do it. Everything's the same. Great. Thanks, Patricia. All right. I'm going to grab a glue dot and go ahead and grab this. And I'm going to stick it on right over all of that kind of mess right there. I don't want to see all that. And I didn't cut it well because I don't have my good scissors, but that's okay. All right. So what do you think? It's pretty, isn't it? I think it's really pretty, and it's got that fun fold. Now you could go ahead and put a piece of, obviously you would, put a piece of vanilla on the inside so that you could write in that space. But I thought the front needed just a little bit more pop. And so I used, this is what happens when I take a nap, so I'm really sorry, but I could not stay awake. Stay with me. I am looking for my red berries, and I don't even have Dave to help me look for it. But here, I don't have my red berries, but I'm going to show you my finished. The red berries come in sets of 3 and 1, so 3s and then singles. And so I just popped on 2 singles to make it look, just to give it a little bit of red. And I figured out with the sets of 3, there's a little bit bigger glue dot underneath. So if you kind of snip, or if you pull one off and use a different glue dot, you can actually use the 3s for singles if you want to. So that is I think that red really makes a difference. Oh my goodness, all this stuff here. Let me pick it up. I think that red really makes a difference. Just fun. If you look on at thestamperstudio.com, you'll see all of them that I made and got them done because I'm turning them in tomorrow. It's a swap that I made, 21 of them, and I'll get 20 cards back. I do want to show you, Dave doesn't have the announcement. Well, he does probably, but he's not here right now. He's doing something else. So these are the 2 cards. I'm going to keep pushing, friends. Keep pushing this out of the way. These are the 2 cards that if you sign up for the Christmas card Jumpstart, these are the 2 cards that you'll get to make. So you can make 10 cards or 20 cards or multiples of. This one, obviously, you can see is using that beautiful paper. And this is a beautiful, this gold like acetate, which is why on my card swap, I did not want to use this card because I'm using it for something else. But so this is one of the cards, and how it kind of is a little bit of a fun fold in that the little flap tucks under there. Ooh, ah, like that. So that is one. And then the other one is this one right here, which I think is adorable. Absolutely adorable. The skates. I thought that was really fun. And then I actually added a little gem here because it was, I don't know, it was falling off. And then I'm like, oh, I kind of like it there. It was somewhere on the table. I picked it up, put it on, I'm like, oh, kind of like that. So our skates. So if you want, you can certainly check that out. Here we go. Let's see. I think I can do this. I can do it. I can do it. I can. Ta-da! This is how much I rely on my sweet husband. So that is called The Greetings of the Season, was the stamp set, and then the Golden Greenery. And you know what? I'm going to tell you a secret. If I were you, I would just get the dies. I probably would not get the stamps. Although I bet they're really pretty. I did so much with just the dies that I'm like, really liked that. Oh, there's the other leaf die. Here you go. This one right here. Little leaf die. Although if you don't, anyway, you can decide and do what you want to do. But that's kind of my tip. I do like the dies from this one, the Golden Greenery, green and Golden Greenery. I said it right. And then this one, I like the dies and the stamps both. So they are online exclusive. So if you want to go there to see it, you'd have to go online. Go to thestamperstudio.com. That's where you can order anything, or you can order the Christmas cards, or you can order anything. So thanks for joining me. Sorry that I had a nap. I'm telling you. How about you guys? Do you nap? Do you like to nap? I probably would say I don't want to nap, but then sometimes, like the first day of a school day, first day of a school year, or first day of camp, I'm going to nap. So let's see, Saturday. I will see you on Saturday. I'm looking forward to that. We'll be back up at the Refuge with a hosted group. If you want to know more about that, go to therefugelittlefalls.com. So I look forward to seeing you on Saturday if I don't see you before then. But until then, happy stamping, friends. There we go. Did it.